Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And here we go again. And I'm back, and I'm being strict and disciplined. And although I'm not tracking, I weigh a lot of my things, especially salad dressings and the cabbage slaw that I use for my lettuce and all of those sort of things. I am still very careful about things, and I'm working on, letting my non keto treats have the best of me. And I did spend a good month kind of giving in and getting very naughty and piggish. And it didn't cost me a lot with my weight, but my head was totally wonky. And I've been back and on track now for quite a few days, and it's feeling super. You know that feeling remember that feeling when you began keto, and it was like, oh my God, this is so easy, and the fats are great, and the fullness works, and I love all the keto foods. Maybe you did some keto cooking and baking and other things besides just, meat, vegetables, and fats and dairy. And whatever worked for you worked. And to get that all back and to be, strict and disciplined, there's nothing else like it for your head. And, as I mean, here we are. It's like the end of July right now. And so this is not an easy time. You watch the news and it's so discouraging, and you see the visuals of the hardships that everybody's going through, and the COVID making a reentry with the variant and just everything. There's just stress, stress, stress. There's Summer is stressful as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to do a whole video about that. And so, we do the best we can. And all of a sudden, for me, I start rewarding myself with the stress eating and, thinking it is a reward. Well, it's not a reward. It's contributing to the downfall of what a good keto plan is all about. You just have to, like, pull up that shade just a little bit, and in will come, things that you're not supposed to have, that don't serve you well, that don't have nutrition, the empty calories of a non-keto treat. Yeah. You're not getting the benefit. It's not like a 1 cup of broccoli sort of event. And so it gets pretty hard, and then it gets pretty addicting for me to start allowing those things into my regular food plan. And so that is what I've been reining in, and I feel that great strength that comes back with, no, I'm choosing not to. And Math Faster said that in a comment, a few days ago. She said, instead of saying I can't have something, I say I choose not to have that something. And what a difference that makes. There's so little that we have control over. Think about it. We somebody else getting sick, a fire, a flood, getting COVID. All of those things can happen to all of us. I mean, they're happening all over the country. And so, we've lost a lot of choices. The new normal is to expect stress in our life, to have to deal with it in our life. And so what it comes down to is that, I get to make a choice of what I eat and drink in a day. And I ask for that every morning. I ask for 24 hours of food sanity, food sobriety, and food abstinence. And I know it sounds very, very simple, but it is something that I ask for and I honor. And it just, as it all comes together, and it's not in a sloppy thing all over the counter, it's like in a nice bowl of, like, here it is, Sarah. Here are your choices for the day. And I do the OMAD, and I do the clean intermittent fasting. And it just, what happens is, what initially it feels like it's going to be restrictive and, you're going to be deprived and everything else. But after a few days of doing it, you realize that the true freedom comes from the discipline and the restrictions, right? It's just like it's almost like it's a nice, you know, blanket, not that we need it here in the summer, but it's like comforting to know that you can create your own food environment, honor it, and come out the other side with your head. It just stops being so spilled milk inside your head, and it just creates a strength that, like, oh yes, I used to have this every day. And pretty soon it became just part of me. And wow, what a great feeling. And so we're able to just pull it all together again. You can have second, third, and 100 chances at pulling your life together with the keto food plan. And I'm so grateful that I can and that I'm here drinking my Starbucks Verona, don't you know? And so, as you enter into your day, whether you need the chronometer or some sort of food, calculator for your macros, and whether you weigh and measure, whether you're, uber strict or just, in your head, you plan it, it's done, or whether you're like 1, 2, 3 meals a day, whatever worked for you at your most optimum, hum, that hum that just kept you going every day. You didn't have to think about it because you were so ingrained and initiated into your keto plan that worked. It's like, wow, I love this. It's working again. And I feel so strong and so confident. And I need the support of the keto community that lives here, right? We all, have this. Some of us are older like me. And so it's like, we already have that history, that legacy, that resume of tried and kind of failed all these plans, and the times that we made ourselves pay for food plans or pay for food or paid to go to a group or be in a group of some sort just to keep it all together, thinking, well, if I have to pay for this, you damn well better believe I'm going to do it. And then it comes down to maybe just the individual choice of, like, I can do this. I can focus on this. I can watch videos like this here today of the discipline and the structure and know that I can pull it together. And although I need the community to keep me going and talking about keto and how it works, I can do the figuring out what it is I'm going to have, my menus and my choices of when I eat and what I eat and why I eat and how I eat. Those things can be my choices. I've always found that, I've tried the groups and everything else and doing it other people's ways. It still needs to be my way. I'm just that way, I guess. And being older, you kind of do get a glimpse of what works for you, especially if you've had, good fortune with doing keto in the past. And now you just want to, like, you know, pull all the tools together, sharpen them on that, piece of flint or whatever it is, where you sharpen your tools and you're able to, like, pull it together and get a good day. When you wake up, for me, when I wake up, the next day after having that sane, sober, and abstinent day behind me, oh, and each day folds into another and another. And it's like, oh, that's right, this pattern, this, you know, getting into it again, it feels just so right. And I love getting into my little plan. This morning I made my salad for my OMAD today, because I'm working today. And so, I like to have the things prepped. I'm having a filet mignon, and I'm having a salad with a dollop of cottage cheese, and I'm having my Bragg's vinaigrette dressing on it. And I can't wait. And then for dinner, for dessert, I either have a container of Good Culture yogurt or Good Culture cottage cheese, or a yogurt. And it just works. It's working again, and I'm so delighted. And I hope that my talking about this with you makes it possible that you can do it too, that you can bring it all back, that you can avoid all those things, especially in the summer at cookouts and barbecues and celebrations. You can like ignore those things or allow the treat and know that it's happening. It's happening today, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow and the next and the next and the next. And that's where I was getting into trouble because my little Ms. Slick was going, yeah, we can do this again. Yeah, there's some of that left over. You can have that. And I was like, oh God. Well, I don't have to tell you. You know what it's like to be slippery, right? And so I'm glad to be back. I hope you're here and glad to be back too. And we can do this together. So by the time we get to Labor Day, we got it going, sisters and brothers. That's right. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you here the next time on Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Sarah. Thank you so much. You are my rocks. You are my rock collection, and I lean on you. I'll see you here the next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.